Ask questions. Uh, yeah, because otherwise we have to pass it around.
Exactly.
Yeah.
When you're ready for that, just call for it and I'll make it happen.
Okay, perfect.
And then when you're done, I'll take that mic back.
Okay. Are you going to introduce me? Do you need to say something? Are you going to say something?
Yeah, I'm going to introduce you, like I usually do.
If you'd like. It's up to you, yeah. Can he, like, okay. Marjan. Uh, are we starting? Hey, everyone. Ah, what a lovely welcome. That's awesome. I'm still half asleep, so this is awesome.
Yes, want to welcome everyone here from making it at 10 a.m. downtown LA, but you know what you're going to expect. Caroline is an amazing woman, total Renaissance woman, multi-talented. You may know her as a filmmaker from many films she's done recently, A Hole in the Sky, which showed us the portals that are there that we can be aware of. She's a best-selling author, and she's had a lot of personal experience about connecting with our galactic families. And so that's one thing you're here to learn about. This isn't a really important topic, as you know, because the angelic realm, the galactics, our guides are really trying to connect with us and help us. They're here really to support us, because as we win, they win. We're all connected. So you're here for a very important transmission, as she's going to help you open up to connect with your guides and your galactic contacts. So thank you so much, Caroline, for all that you do and for being with us this morning. Caroline Cory.
Thanks for having me, and thanks for being here this morning. Was there an earthquake again last night? Or was that me, like, yeah, getting dizzy or something? Yeah, something's happening. I was going to do a whole PowerPoint presentation, and I always run out of time. And I think, like I started, talking, and it's very fascinating stuff, of course. But I like to bring the science to spirituality. I really think at the end of the day, the real work, I mean, it's good to know about our past, ancient civilizations, archaeology, ancient aliens, all of that good stuff. But, at the end of the day, the work is about us now, here, you know what I mean? And more importantly, experience. So what makes my work different is when I teach something, then it's experiential. Because I don't want you to just I teach about telepathy, remote viewing, this and that. But if you don't experience it yourself, I mean, what's the point? I don't want you to just listen to something and just take it for granted and just accept it, So, and the reason being, I started, for those who, I told this story like a million times, but I'll say it very briefly. When I was 5, I had the first experience with beings, and I realized that I could see the subtle energy. I could communicate telepathically and all that good stuff. I could see things on the other side of the room. So it was all spontaneous and it was all experiential. Like my body, my cells knew how to do that. I didn't know how I did that, but you know what I mean. And so I realized it's not a mental thing. It's not a, even though the methods, I created methodologies to get there, but once you feel it yourself, it's a whole different ballgame. It's like you become that experience. And so that's the reason why I feel like I just want to go straight into the experience, you know? And of course, I realize also the most important thing is to reconnect with our lineage, who we really are. I mean, at this point, we all know we came from the stars, from somewhere in the universe. And so why is it important to retrace that lineage? Because that's who we really, really are as a pure consciousness. And then the more we bring that consciousness through this human apparatus, the more we become that. We let go of the human ego and all these ridiculous concepts of separation, you know, of competition, you know, conflict. Because it's, at the end of the day, we're all one consciousness, you see. So how do you do that? How do you bring back that original essence? That's who you really are. And also, not only that, it just reminds you, it brings with it your real role and your purpose of why you're here. So that's the reason why I think that is the most important thing to do. And everything begins with that. So as I begin to bring back that consciousness through my human aspect, I become a different type of human. Then my choices are different, right? My experiences are different. My life path is different. My decisions are different. And as I, you know, experience emotions and weird stuff down here on this planet, does that make sense? I start to, you know, that consciousness will tell me, wait, it fits right here. It's okay. You know, this is the decision you make. You see what I mean? You start to operate as a human, but from a much higher perspective, you see. So that's really the ultimate purpose of who we are here. So how do you do that? And so basically I realized, like I said, when I was 5, it was a spontaneous thing. All of a sudden, I was these beings. I saw and felt and experienced on a cellular level where I had come from and who I was. You know, I'm not talking about past life. It's nothing, you know, it's past lives, like, you know. You know, it's a parallel life, by the way. That's a whole different discussion. But it's more the pure essence, like at creation, you see? And we have to start letting go. I mean, these are good concepts, but it's not just that, because not everybody is the same in this room or on this planet, for that matter. Not everybody comes from the Anunnakis or these extraterrestrials who created us and robots and so on. It's a much grander story. So for now, let's let go of all these concepts and see if we can bring ourselves to who you are today and now. And I'm just going to guide you through this exercise to see if you can open up your mind channels the way I did, and so that it becomes eventually a spontaneous thing. So what is it that you're going to experience? Are you going to see yourself as, you know, like an angel or something, or a tall being with wings, or, you know, something with a tail? You know, it's like, don't go there. It's not, because that is also an aspect of your original consciousness. You see? Your original consciousness is pure energy. Pure energy. It's a state of being, you see? So that's why let go of any concept of a being for now. And let's see if we can bring back that pure essence. By the way, that's everybody. everybody in this room, on this planet, in the universe, is 100% pure and divine. The whole evil, darkness, all these are games we play down here. I don't know why. And I don't think it's necessary, but for those who want to believe it's necessary, it's okay. But it's about contrast. So these are local things we create just for us to, I don't know why. I don't get that. It's like, what am I doing here? Okay. So what I'm saying is that that is the real you. And the more you believe that, like I said, it starts to weave into your belief systems here and let go of these fabricated ego-based, fear-based concepts, you see? And then also, you have to, I talked about this in multiple talks, your energy, when I do, you, hopefully you'll feel it. I don't know if you feel something right now already. Yeah? Starting to shift a little bit. So it's not just about words, even though words have a frequency and an energy, but that energy that you are starts to come through everything that you think, say, or do. And because of, without getting into the technical aspect, but you all know about the collective consciousness and entanglement. So all the minds, all the energies are interconnected. Believe it or not, what we do in this room is going to affect people in India or the Middle East or wherever, just like that. Do you believe it? Better believe it, because it's the truth. It's the truth. This whole concept of, oh, I'm so small and like I can't do anything, it's only the visible. And I mean, it's ridiculous. It's to keep us stuck in a box so that I can control you. But if you are infinite and limitless, I cannot control you, you see? Is it time to free yourself from this bondage and become who you really are, finally? You see? So that's why with everything that's happening, last year, this year, what's coming, I talked about this, there's financial stuff coming up, there's wars happening, there's this and that, So you're going to be operating on multiple levels. The human level is, what do I do with my money? Where do I go live? What am I, are we going to have food shortage? You know what I mean? It's going to be at this level. And that makes sense. I mean, you have to kind of do things, right? But then as you bring that higher level of you, your decisions are going to be aligned so that you are safe, you're protected, you achieve the original intent of who you really are. I mean, did you come here to say, yeah, I just want to get bombarded here with, with bombs, or, I want to come and starve and I want to come and be sick? You didn't do that. Right? It's all programming. By the age of 40, all women develop this, all men have prostate that. All these limiting concepts is to keep us in a fear-based and follow. Oh, now they're giving us this system to follow or this drug to take. Or does that make sense? Do you see how, to me, it's so fake, It feels so fake, isn't it? Something about it is totally it's like a weird game, So that's why the only way I survive, really, is to go back to this original aspect of my being so that I go, okay, there's this game being played here, but who am I? And then that is the decision that will help me continue to grow and evolve and navigate through what's happening on the planet. Right? Does that make sense? Okay. So what we're going to do is, like I said, because of these experiences, I have several methodologies. Oh, let's turn off our phones. Although I'm going to record this meditation for you so I can give it to you later. So you can do it again. Okay, but let's turn off our phones. Okay, so as you all know, and as I said earlier, when I connected with these beings, I was able to see my own lineage. And so when people channel, we're going to be like downloading messages and information and guidance, basically. They could channel Archangel Michael or a Palladian guy or, whatever, something. And so I realized that it's interesting. It's because you learn a lot. But at the end of the day, I mean, do you kind of like want to hang out and listen to like every neighbor you have, what they have to say? Or do you want to go to the real source that has the real truth, you know what I mean, of what you need, that concerns really you, not what the neighbor's doing or what the planet's doing and everybody else is doing, you see? So it's good learning experience, and it's a good perspective, but the work still needs to be about you. So that's the reason why the first meditation I created is connecting to source. By the way, on my YouTube channel, there's a ton of those that are free. And if you haven't noticed, all the meditation is not just talking, it's energy. There's a lot of energy that is shifting, clearing, all for the same purpose, to bring you back to that original essence that's you, that's specifically you, that's unique to you, that has all the information. I mean, the Pleiades may have a good idea of what my goal and purpose is, but I'd rather know from my original self, because my original self is the one that created my prenatal contract. Does that make sense? You did that. The Pleiades wasn't there at that time. Does that make sense? No offense to the Pleiadians, I like them. But you know what I mean? Like, no, I mean, it's all good. That's not, but at the end of the day, it's about you, who you are. Not even the partner, not even the parents, not even your children. As much as you are very connected to family members, and you may have parallel aspects, with some people you feel a crazy bond, like they are almost you know what I mean? So there's that. So these are all experiences, but at the end of the day, it's about you, right? So we're going to do this experiment. I mean, it is an experience, and we're going to connect back as much as possible to this original essence. Just follow, it's just a simple, and I made things very super simple, but they work. And then let's start to first experience. What do I feel like up there? Don't expect, like I said, a person with wings or something. Expect or focus on the experience. What am I like as I emerged originally in the universe? Think about that. Feel that. Wouldn't you want to know? Yeah? So we're going to first experience. Maybe you see colors. Maybe you feel something in the body. Maybe you see images. Maybe you hear something. Doesn't matter. There's no right or wrong. Always focus on the feeling. We're going to discuss it afterwards, and I'm going to help you clarify what you felt or what you saw. Make sense? So, and then we're going to ask questions to that you. Yeah? So, don't, you'll see what the question is going to be about. If there's something really, really troubling you, you can focus on it now. For example, a physical issue or, I don't know, whatever your issues are. However, allow that question or that experience to be whatever it is. It's kind of like when you go to the doctor. I don't know, I don't go to the doctor. Like if you, no, like let's say you have knee pain, right? And you think you have a knee issue, right? But then actually maybe it's referred pain from the back. You see what I'm saying? So when you ask the question, what shall I do with my money? Maybe it's not about the money. Maybe it's about your partner or something that, you see what I mean? So allow, even though you ask the question, but allow whatever to come through. You know what I mean? Okay, ready? All right, do you have any questions before I begin? How are you feeling? Yeah? You're clapping for yourselves. Like you made it here. You had multiple choices out there, but to me at the end of the day. Okay, here we go. Let me record this for you. Are you recording this? Yeah. Could I also have a copy? So what we'll do is at the end of this, if you give us your email, I'll send you this recording, okay? So you can do it again. Okay, here we go. Sit up straight. With your feet flat on the floor. And close your eyes. Let's take a deep breath in through the nose. Deep breath. Exhale through the mouth. Again, deep breath in through the nose. Deep breath. As you exhale through the mouth, sorry. Relax. Sorry. Again, breathe in through the nose. Deep breath. Exhale through the mouth. One more time, breathe in through the nose. As you exhale through the mouth, quiet your thoughts. Quiet your mind. Bring your focus to your heart. Say quietly in your mind, I ask and intend to create a sacred space. I ask to let go of all distracting thoughts, distracting energy, distracting information. I'm letting go of my expectations, projections, beliefs. I ask to be in the here and now. I ask to connect with who I really am. Breathe in through the nose. As you exhale through the mouth. From the heart, expand 360 degrees. And put yourself in a sphere of light. That is your sacred space. Focus on a point behind your navel. And imagine there is a field around that navel that holds your physical cells together. Ask to bring up all misaligned energies. Don't have to know what. At this time, and say, I'm letting go. I no longer need these physical frequencies. Breathe in through the nose. As you exhale through the mouth, imagine these frequencies simply dissolving. Bring your focus behind your heart, near the thymus gland, and imagine a field around this point. This field holds your emotional frequencies and energies. Ask to bring up all misaligned, anything that's still needing to be addressed, whatever it may be, emotionally. Bring it up and say, I'm letting go of my emotional imbalances now. Breathe in through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. And just let go. Imagine all these frequencies dissolving. Now bring your focus up to the center of your brain. There is another 0 point at the center of your brain that is holding your mental field together. Bring up the mind chatter, the obsessive thoughts, the confusing thoughts, the unnecessary thoughts. Bring it all up and say, it's okay. I am letting go. Breathe in through the nose. Deep breath. As you exhale through the mouth, imagine it's all dissolving. Now bring a white light through the top of your head. This white light is stabilizing and clearing and centering. Bring it up through the top of your head and let it fill your head, your throat, your arms, your chest, your back, lower back, stomach, thighs, knees, and feet. And just fill your body with this white light. Breathe in through the nose. As you exhale through the mouth, imagine this white light is just holding you in this clear, calm, and open space. So I now ask to experience who I really am at the source. And now imagine that you are creating a bridge from your sacred space here around you, and create this bridge that extends upwards in space. Just follow it. Don't make it go in one direction or another. Follow it through space and ask to find yourself at the original source of all life. You land, you arrive at this place. And you begin to simply feel what that energy feels like. Take a moment. Merge your entire body with this original, pure, divine source. Allow yourself to feel on a deep, deep cellular level what that source light feels like. Now ask to experience your individual aspect of Source, at Source. Just relax and just observe, feel. What do you feel like up there? Who are you up there? How does it feel to be up there? Ask to remember on a deep cellular level who you are up there. Ask a question about your human aspect. Who am I? What am I here to do? Who else is up there? Who do you notice? Is there with you? What is your next step of evolution? What do you need to know and experience at this time? And now merge with this original aspect of your being. Breathe in through the nose. And as you exhale through the mouth, imagine that you are bringing back that original aspect with you through the bridge that you've created. You make your way back, all the way back through the bridge, traveling through the cosmos. And you find yourself back above this location and above your human aspect. And you slowly begin to bring that original aspect of Source and integrate it in your human aspect slowly through the top of your head. Let it fill your brain, your head, your neck, shoulders, arms, chest, upper back, lower back, stomach, hips, thighs, knees, ankles and feet. And now this original essence is fully integrated and merged with your human aspect from head to toe to the tip of your fingers. Breathe in through the nose. As you exhale through the mouth, focusing on the heart, say, I ask to be who I really am. To be pure, pure divine light. Emanate my true divine essence through all that I think, say, or do. This is who I really am. I am who I really am. And so it is. Breathe in through the nose. As you exhale through the mouth, take a moment to allow the energy to go deeper in every cell in your body. For the real transformation, profound transformation to take place. It's time. And slowly, whenever you're ready, open your eyes. Excuse me. Welcome back. How much time do I have? Someone? Yeah, right? 45 minutes? Until 11? How long? Oh, good, 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 good. I usually talk so much and I run out of time. How do you feel right now? Let's take a moment. Feel. How do you feel right now? And how is it different? Oh, I don't need this. And how is it different from earlier? Can you talk? Okay, can we have the mic if people want to ask questions? But let's take a minute. Notice what is different now. What are you feeling?
I feel more integrated.
More integrated. Okay. And what else?
Just lighter.
Peaceful, lighter. Do you know why peaceful? Why peaceful? Right? Why peaceful?
Because there's nothing to worry about.
Sorry?
There's nothing to worry about.
That's nothing to worry because you finally found who you are. Does that make sense? Like we are here looking and doing and following and and when we just come back to this place, we're at peace. There's nothing else that's so important in a way. Make sense? Who else? It's important also the sharing because then we hear. Go ahead.
I was going to say last night at the speaker greet, I maybe had an extra drink than I should have. And so I realized the second we started that I was a little hungover. And by the end of it, I actually feel completely clear of it. Like there's no more headache, there's no more stomach ache. So
Amazing. Let's not take this as a hangover remedy. Although I'm very happy you feel good, but that wasn't really the intention, so I'm not encouraging that. But no, it's that's fantastic. Why? Why? Why did her body react to the alcohol and the whole thing? And then when she brought that energy through, she's no longer hungover. Just think about this for a second. Why? Because her cells rebalanced to her original pure template. The original pure template knows how to self-repair, self-reproduce, knows exactly the level that you need to be at for perfect functioning, for flourishing, for thriving. Make sense? Isn't that easy? No Pepto-Bismol or whatever you drink. Okay, go ahead.
I feel wider,
Lighter,
but wider, bigger,
wider.
but contained.
Wider but contained. Why?
I feel like I'm physically lighter, I'm more open,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm not scattered.
Mm.
I'm controlled and contained, but I'm so much
Bigger.
wider. Yeah.
That's the original you. That's the original you. You are a massive consciousness, but you're not all over the place. You are defined. You have an individual unit of consciousness that is clearly you. Even though we have a individual unit of consciousness that is in our individual self, but we're also all, obviously. And you saw, let's talk a little bit about when you got there. How did it feel before you connected to your original you? Vas-y.
I have something amazing because it was like, it wasn't liquid, it wasn't...
Can you guys hear? Okay. You can go to the mic if you want, but go ahead.
It wasn't liquid, it wasn't air, it was, I cannot even describe it, but I had no body. I couldn't even, I have suddenly no body, and it began by the heart. Suddenly it was like no physical body. It was like, I don't know what, but it was no air, no water, but it was kind of something flowing.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't feel it was light even, but it was like something.
Substance, some sort of energy. Mm-hmm.
A kind of essence of, but it was like balanced.
Balanced, calm, peaceful. You see, when we make a decision from being calm, peaceful, balanced, centered, the decision is a lot better than we're like, oh my God, what do I do? Make sense? That's the reason why. And also, what we did today, trust me, transformed you. Even if some of you didn't feel or wasn't so clear or whatever, it still did what it's supposed to do. And it's going to stay in your cellular memory. So you're going to be able to go back. That's why if you want to do the exercise again, the more you do it, the more you will feel it, the more it will make sense, the more it will help you be and stay. And also, like, it's hard, you know, on this planet and with everything that's happening to be always that, you know what I mean? Because, you know, things happen and your kids and you're on the phone. I mean, you know, but the point of this is that you can go back to it like in split seconds. Before, or maybe now, it took 20 minutes to sit and relax. And, well, you can't do that in traffic. I mean, I don't recommend it. You know what I mean? You know, to close your eyes and sit, you know. But when you do that over and over, your cells are going to remember that frequency so that even in traffic or whatever, something's happening and there's a storm and this and that and your kid's calling, you know. So you are still able to go back there because you've brought it in your cellular memory so many times. You see what I mean? So same thing with everything, downloading, telepathy. Like, so sometimes, I mean, people like call me, I don't know with the driving, but I'm saying I'm driving. You know, it's the example that's coming up today. But okay, so I'm driving and somebody calls me, you know, their kid just had an accident, they're in a coma or something. So, I mean, technically I would, you know, doing a session, you know, years ago, I have to focus and concentrate. Now, doesn't matter. I know exactly how to go to that place and see clearly what the problem is, why he's there, what's going to happen, and I mean, you know, what needs to happen in this emergency. You see, you're training yourself, your cells, to operate at that level. That level is omnipresent, omniscient, knows everything, and it's everywhere all at once. And so it knows the solution for everything, the decision for everything. You see? That's what you're doing. So it's very practical in a way. It's not just like, hey, spiritual, you know? You know what I mean? Like, I mean, yeah. It's like you start to operate at that level. You know, it's not just the extraterrestrials, like, you know, they're coming with their cool spaceships and they know how to go through portals and stuff. You know how to go through portals. We just went through portals. Does that make sense? We have to stop, like, you know, worrying about or thinking that you have to be a superior race to have, it's true, the technology, like flying through space, okay, that's a different type of technology. But consciousness is a technology. I call it technology. Because consciousness can do all that stuff. Eventually, you're going to be able to teleport. Maybe not today, stay in this room. But you know what? But you understand my point. You're going to be able to quickly do all of that stuff that normally would makes you stuck, angry, frustrated, have an accident. You see what I mean? And so function in emergencies, especially with all the stuff that's, happening. Okay? So I don't know how I got on this whole thing, but next.
Yeah, last night you mentioned you may be doing some channeling to see what's
Yes.
for the year, what we may be seeing this year. Like,
Say that again? So channeling.
what is that? Yeah, to see any predictions for this year, see what should be
Yes.
expecting to happen.
Yes.
No, this year.
So did you ask that question? What's going to happen this year? Was that your question? And what is it that you saw?
No, I was asking, last night you mentioned you may be trying to do some channeling to see if we get some answers as to what to expect to happen this year.
Yeah, okay. Well, I mean, we can do that. I've already channeled. I think we've already, this is kind of a way of channeling. Yeah, but, I mean, I can tell you very quickly because I've already channeled it. So we can talk about that briefly. Do you want to talk about it now or next? Okay. So basically, I feel that, did you guys have, did you guys want to do the channeling yourself, or I thought you would be asking those questions, basically. No? You want me to just tell you? Okay, that's good. Okay. Well, here's the thing. I actually did a YouTube live. Did anybody watch that? Yeah. So exactly on this. And look, sometimes I get like those messages that something global is going to happen or whatever, and it ends up happening, but it's not so drastic, or they tell me like it's nothing to really kind of like it's not going to change the overnight. However, for some reason, obviously this year there seems to be, I'm getting a lot of like urgent messages and things like that about a few things. One is the financial system. I feel like I've talked about this the last couple of years, but I feel like this year there's going to be some sort of event in March, I feel. Maybe March, April, I'm not sure. But some sort of an event that will some sort of hacking or cyber something, from a foreign country that will bring up this urgency to change the financial system. And I feel it's coming this year sooner rather than later. In fact, some countries are starting to trade in digital currency. Some countries already switched their currency to digital currency. And so what does that mean? First of all, it's nothing like people who are afraid that, they're going to lose all their money. I feel, again, I'm not an analyst, I'm just bringing everything through the way I see it and the way I'm getting it. And so I feel like maybe we have a time period, like maybe 90 days or something, and they'll say, hey, we're switching from the dollar to the digital dollar. And so you just have to convert your currency because that's safer, because we can get attacked and hacked and this and that, fear. And so, if you don't change your money, then you lose it. So everybody's going to change their money to digital currency. And what's happening is that the digital currency is on a blockchain, and they tell us it's very safe, but in fact, they're totally controlling everything, and everybody can see everything. So all this to say, again, it's not a fear thing. It's more like this year feels like they're not letting go. They're like saying, prepare. So you need to look at, I would say you can look at your own personal financial situation and see what you would do. There's also some possibility to opt out. You know, you can research that. Again, this is not my field, really. But I'm just saying, like, be prepared, be vigilant, and I feel like this is happening this year. This is my thing, my take on what's happening. Do you all kind of feel that or heard that? Okay, I've been talking about it. I just feel like this year is the year. You asked me what's this year. And especially, I think it was the United Arab Emirates or something that traded money with, was it China, I believe, only using digital currency. So that's between nations. So that's very, very significant. Also, some people say the stock market might collapse or something. I don't know about that. Potentially, maybe, I don't know. But the point being is, see if you can look at your personal financial situation and see what's the best thing. Maybe you want to take out some cash, maybe you want to buy some gold or silver, I don't know. I'm not going to give advice that way because each person is different. And so that's kind of what I see this year. I also see a lot of conflicts that are going to be created politically because of the elections. So I see some strange stuff happening there. Some people say the elections are not going to happen. I don't know about that, but I just see political stuff happening, and also this year. And I think maybe it starts in the summer through the elections. So these are the two main things. What else? Questions? Health? Yeah, so this is actually cool stuff. There's new technology. A lot of people using new technology, using frequencies. In fact, I'm working on my new film, Superhuman. You've seen Superhuman 1. Well, in Superhuman 2, I'm going to share with you a lot of new technologies that help you detect certain things using frequencies, basically like the med-bed type stuff, but the technology is already here. And so basically you can scan your body and pick up the frequencies of, bacteria, parasites, or whatever, or viruses, before even, how those tests they make us take, the blood vials, and then the saliva, I don't know what the tests that the regular medical field, makes us do. So it's like there are certain parameters, but the frequencies. I was like, what? Okay. Did we do that? So these devices and this technology picks up the frequency of, let's say, the bacteria or whatever, and it's very, very precise. Like, it tells you exactly where, how much of it, is in your body and things like that. So I think this is very helpful, and I've experienced it myself. In fact, when I share stuff, is because I've experienced it and tried it and tested it. And so there's different kinds that are out there, and I feel like this is a good thing for us, especially that they can be done remotely. So this is all very exciting. I will share all of that with you. What else? Disclosure? UFOs. Yeah, I don't think it's this year. I don't think it's this year because, the government is still coming out with these, stories and yes, and then no. And I think the problem is that I have with this disclosure coming from the government is that, they are the ones that have been telling us stories all along. So when they come out now I want to talk about AI. So when they come out now and say, oh, whoopsie, we were wrong, are you going to believe, you know what I mean? You're like, what are they up to now? It's like they are the very people. So that's the problem, although we do have a few congressmen in there that are really legit and really trying to get to the truth. But that's why I don't feel we're there yet. And so it's a little bit down the road.
More along Dr. Greer's type of endeavor.
Well, Dr. Greer, did you guys see his last movie? It's basically about the lost technologies. So I don't know if it's really a disclosure thing, you know? And so I think it's nothing more than what the rest, you know, of people are doing. I mean, so anyway, so that's that. Oh, I want to talk about AI. So, you know, AI also is creeping up on us like in a big way in 2024. I mean, you know, there was already self-driving cars. You know that, right? I'm starting to see robots. In other countries, literally, like there's a whole hotels and, you know, everything is like robots. There's nobody at the check-in, you know, at the reception. In stores, you have robots. So it's definitely here. And I also, like, they're using now face recognition, you know, when you board a plane, you know, all of that. More importantly, what's really becoming very, very well done, I guess, is the facial, the videos, or what's happening there? Somebody's delivering a baby. They're using, you know, amazing videos, like you think it's somebody else talking, and they can speak in different languages and stuff. So what I'm saying is we knew that was coming, and I feel this year is going to get a lot worse. I mean, worse, like a lot more present. And so I just feel like you just need to be more vigilant, more asking for the truth, more focused on who you are to discern. That's another thing about the exercise that we did today. It's when you are in this state of peace and quiet, what's going to happen, because it's your original self, right? What's going to happen is you're going to recognize the fake. Do you see what I mean? Because you are vibrating at a whole different level, that original template of how it should be, how it, you know, as aligned and coherent with the universe. You know, this stuff is not aligned with the universe when it's based on separation and competition and conflict. Makes sense? So when you are in this vibration, first of all, you're going to attract your match, which we want. We want people that have the same circumstances, resources, everything. That is my vibrational match at that level. And I'll be able to see very quickly the fake, because the contrast will be so strong. Make sense? So that's that. I think that's about it for 2024. Go ahead.
Sorry. So when I did the exercise, I kind of saw things, but I still don't know who my real self is.
Yeah.
But I know that.
Okay, so it's not about who, so what was the energy that you experienced?
Well, I saw like Milky Way.
Should we call 911? Yeah. It's like,
It
what's,
was like I saw like an ocean and also like the galaxy.
I'm sorry, you saw what?
I was in like I know I'm like
Okay, you saw an ocean?
yeah.
And what else?
When you said
When you were up there?
yeah,
Okay, you saw an ocean, and what else?
I like space.
Okay, how did it feel?
Calm.
Calm. And what else?
And I don't know.
Okay, so, you know, this is a typical thing. The first time, how many times have you done this exercise?
This is my first time.
First time, exactly. So that's what I mean. You're going to have to go back and do it more and more. And the more you do it, the more you experience. You have to focus on the feeling. You can't, like I said, you can't expect, oh, I saw water there, therefore, what does that mean? It's not about that. It's not an analytical thing. It's not a cognitive thing. It's who you are. So it's like, for example, like somebody's trying to explain to you how to be in love. Like if either you are, when you are, think about this. You heard your friend is saying, I'm in love. Okay, do you really feel it? You'd like, oh, thank you, I'm happy for you, you know, whatever. But when you are, oh my God, you get it. You get it. You get like how it feels, all the stuff, how you connect to the person, how when the person's not there, you're like, I mean, it's insane, but you see the difference, the knowing and the feeling and the experiencing. That's why you have to keep experiencing until you get it. You're gonna be like, I know exactly who I am. Make sense? I'm feeling like nervous about. All right, okay, let's try to concentrate. Go ahead. Let me help you clarify, because this is what we're here for. Go ahead.
Okay, what I experienced, I saw just like moving, a white woman, very peaceful, and I got a name,
Okay.
and Amalia.
Amalia,
Didn't
okay.
mean anything to me, it was Amalia,
Okay.
and then I heard kindness.
Wow. How did it feel?
It feels very nice.
How did it feel when you heard the word Amalia?
It sounded Hispanic to me, and I feel a big connection to that, so I have no idea.
Okay, you see what's happening here. I'm teaching you how to actually be instead of do or think. So I said, how did it feel to be Amalia? She said, it sounded Hispanic to me. Do you see what I'm saying? You know how we are programmed to use the cognitive brain instead of the experiential aspect of who we are. You see, we analyze. So can you go back to when you heard Amalia? How did you feel?
It felt like it was me at the time.
Ah. Do you see the difference? When she felt, she understood the message. But when she started analyzing, she's like, it sounded Latin or whatever you said, Hispanic. So what? You see what I mean? That's what you have to, this is what this work is about, to experience life, to go through, to navigate this experience, oh my God, to navigate the planetary life through experience, not thinking or doing or analyzing. And then you know, it's called gnosis basically, through experience. So Amalia is you. You have a name in heaven. Make sense? So now you go back to the frequency of who you are and keep experiencing that, and you'll know more. I love it. Go ahead.
It was a little, well, it was cool because in the past weeks, there was some times that I was just laughing and joking, and it like hit me in the moment that that's me, like myself.
Right.
And in this exercise, I also felt joy, that I'm joy.
You are joy.
Yes, that's what I mean, that's a sense, no? Like the feeling. I mean, I saw some like colors and stuff, and the feeling strong was joy. So that was cool. So kind of.
Okay, so this is good. We're getting somewhere. So the joy is the experience you had from experiencing who you are. Okay, so now go back up a little bit like we did with, sorry, I don't know your name. Back up a little bit, and then you told me, I saw this and I saw that and I experienced this, but I am joy. But tell me about what you saw before and what you felt.
For me, well, I mean, I saw the bridge, and it was weird because you're like looking for things in your head, but you suddenly, I just saw like, more like pink colors and, kind of no specific place, just something like colors, pink and bluish. And
Do you hear what it's going on? Okay, keep talking.
I just felt like from my heart, like just joy, like normally I'm joy.
Okay.
Just here, I feel we get a lot of stuff on top of what we are, and we forget that.
Yeah.
So it's good to remind myself that originally we're joy. And what you're saying of the planet and everything gets a lot on top of us.
Right.
And we forget that.
Right. Okay, so I think that's more your message and your experience of who you are. So let's back up a little bit of what you saw. When you saw things, you said you saw colors. But then she was explaining to me that colors didn't mean anything, right? She spent 5 minutes, right, explaining that the colors do this or that, and that's, I don't know, I don't remember. But the question is, how did you feel when you were experiencing the colors? You see how she skipped through the actual feeling and got to the conclusion, when I'm that, I'm in joy.
I felt peace to begin safe.
Peace, safe.
And then that's when I felt the joy. I felt it somewhere.
Great. Great. No, it's good. It's good. The joy is great. But you see what I'm saying, though? Like the experience of peace, I would go back because you were peaceful, you became joyful. See what I mean? So I want you to go back, whatever you experienced, you saw this and you saw colors and you saw this, go back to that and stay with it and tell me how you feel. By the way, I wanted to tell you that, you know how you speak with your guides and stuff in this class, but it's the same thing. You know what I mean? So that's the same process. So you follow the same exercise, but then you connect with your guide. In other words, remember originally I was saying your lineage. Why do I want to ask permission or questions to the Pleiadian if I know how to go back to my lineage, to who I am? Make sense? So next time when you want to download something or communicate with whoever, you follow the same process, and then you say, my guide of my lineage, give me information. Make sense? Go ahead. Who else? Go ahead. In the back? Yeah.
Yes, so I think I felt my own like reborn.
Wow.
I think it was almost like it was a connection of whatever was coming through me. I was born again, but this time you know when you're born, you forget. So it's like I was reborn, but with my consciousness now. So it's almost like it's like basically getting a baby that remembers, but I'm not a baby, obviously. So, so the feeling was like a newness.
That's exactly it.
Yeah, so it's like a new, it's like when you're a baby, when you're a kid. It's like it's a newness. It's just a joy to explore.
And how does that feel? You all can hear, right? It's incredible. I didn't have to dip you in water. Goosebumps.
I'm so excited to just explore the world.
Yeah. Technically, that's why I said, whether you feel it or not, you're a new person. Because you brought back a completely new consciousness, which is really the one that's relevant, that's important. And so it's a new chapter. And in this meditation, again, it looks simple, but trust me, you did the energetic work. You let go of all the programming on 3 levels that were stopping you from going there. So you allowed it if you felt it. So I recommend that you do it again and again so it becomes stronger and stronger and stronger. Welcome to the new you. Love it. Awesome. Who else? So I think he's been asking before. Go ahead. Here and then there. Go ahead.
You have to forgive this. You said don't expect angels.
Yeah, but you saw an angel. It's
I
okay.
became an angel.
Oh, you became an angel.
Yeah.
Ooh.
And I went beyond myself, the angel, to the source, energy, light, bright. And then I reemerged with Michael. That's my namesake. And I stayed merged with Michael and came back by way of the Rainbow Bridge or the bridge that we created.
Right.
And I got to the top of the building and I got back into this room, this wonderful room with these wonderful people, the physical plane, and I couldn't figure out what I'm going to do with these wings. How am I going to fit them between, excuse me, these 2 people? I mean, I became myself.
Don't you love it? I said the original self, it's interesting, I just said that just before you spoke, that that's your lineage. So we all have different lineages. And for those who haven't read my book, The Divine Plan, I speak about different lineages, which is way beyond, like I said, you know, those people that people talk about, the being that people talk about. And there are different types of lineages that you access when you reconnect with who you are. So who you are is a type of consciousness. If you connected with Archangel Michael, then that is your lineage. So now, if you feel it, you experience it, the more you do that, the more you literally are going to emanate the frequency of Archangel Michael. But Archangel Michael is one entity. It's like, it's a lineage. It's Archangel lineage. So I think you were shown Michael as like to recognize the lineage, but the lineage is Archangel. Now, archangels, I talk about this in detail in my books and my classes, Mastering the Human Mind. Archangels normally do not incarnate. And so, but I can see you're here, so, or that lineage. It's a type of lineage that doesn't take on a material form. Not because they can't, but that's not how they process information and how they evolve. And so, however, we are in a very different time on planet Earth. It's a different evolution. The timelines had to change because of things that happened in the past. You know, again, if you're interested in the details, read the book, The Divine Plan. I think we have them. Where's my table? It's right out. So after this, we'll, you know, if you guys want to go, I'll meet you at the table. I don't know, where is it? Somewhere. On a mezzanine level. Okay. Okay, so my point being, in this book, we talk about how different lineages incarnate or don't incarnate, or what they do and why they do it this way, and what's their purpose on the planet and things like that. And so a lot of these lineages are technically not even in this part of the universe. They don't even incarnate. But right now, because the planet needs a little bit of help, you know, a lot of beings that were normally never incarnate have incarnated, or certain beings, people, are capable of bringing the full consciousness of that lineage through. So let's say, let's say I'm an archangel, and technically I don't incarnate, but instead, it doesn't mean that the being, I talk about incarnation in detail in a class. It's fascinating how you actually incarnate, from being an archangel there to being a human. So what happens is that if I'm an archangel, I can't change my DNA, so to speak, my divine DNA, and become, and like turn into a human, but I'm going to create a human that is capable of holding all of that frequency. So some people hold it at 10%, so I'm going to be a human, 90%, and 10% is the frequency of the archangel. Some people can bring 50%, some people can bring 100%. Very, very, like, super rare. And it's because it's almost like you're holding two beings in you. That's why it requires a very different type of human to hold different, like you have two DNAs in you, basically, to sustain this frequency, because it's extremely, it's universal, so it's the mass, the consciousness mass is the size of the universe. Does that make sense? So that's why it's fascinating to understand your lineage and how you incarnate and how much of that you can actually hold in this body. And then there's also ways where the actual entity transmutes into a human, but they can't hold the human body for that long, so they would kind of appear and disappear because this frequency is extremely narrow. It's kind of like fitting an animal in a tiny room. An elephant in like a tiny box. Like it doesn't fit. It's the consciousness mass. It's like the entire sky, and then they have to fit in a house. You know what I mean? It just doesn't go in. So that's why you can break it down, but you break down a part of it so that you can inhabit this little body. But imagine if this body is capable, trained itself to be this small thing, but I'm actually holding the size of the entire sky, if that makes sense. So that's why it's a good idea to explore how much of you is that and how much you're sustaining. Isn't that fun? So if he's an archangel lineage, so what are you and what are you? What are you? Make sense? Go ahead.
Talk about other methods of connecting with guides and ETs.
Yeah, this is one, and like I said, the reason why it's my favorite is because it brings you back to like the pure lineage, so instead of being distracted. But if you want, you can do the same thing, and when you get to source, you simply, you know how when you get there, you merge with the source, you simply invite the guide that is relevant to your question to appear there. And you'll see it more clearly because you're in a source energy, as opposed to just like inviting them in this field down here. Make sense? And then when you're up there, you ask the questions just like what we did. Make sense? Go ahead.
First, thank you.
Oh.
And it was interesting how far your telepathy's come, because I was hearing what you were saying before you were saying. So the vibrational energy around the message and the thought work that's there was really, it's a lovely, loving way of getting in touch with your higher self.
Beautiful. Thanks for saying that. But it's all about this work. That's what I was saying. Like I speak, but there's all this information that's coming through, that energy. Thank you for saying that. All right, anybody else? Yeah? Oh.
I just have a quick question. When we do these kind of exercises, like the meditation you just did, is it more pronounced, or do you feel it more, or the energies of everyone together collectively? Does that shift, or does that make a difference than you being alone?
Yeah, it's a great question. So you remember how I said create a sacred space around you? You're sitting so close to the other person. So are you like wrapping them with you? You're not. So energetically, you're able to create boundaries that's just you. Make sense? However, when we work in a group, I am bringing the energy for the entire group to kind of sustain a balance, So it's kind of, because, I see, so then I can see who's connected and who's there and who's not. So I'm trying to like hold the balance for the entire group. So your question is it easier when it's in a group? If it's guided the proper way, yes, because then you feel the bigger, the global one. But doing it on your own should be just the same eventually. Okay? And also when you do this meditation, you can bring back the experience, the energy that you felt here. All right? And through my voice also. Go ahead.
Yeah, when we got to source, I mean, this may be a typical experience, but this light appeared brightly here to the right of me. It was shining, and I kind of got disoriented by it. I think I kind of got caught up in it, but I feel like maybe I need to let it in more or go to it.
Yeah. So that's the thing, like when you see things and then you go to your head, what should I do? Then you're out of the experience. As soon as your brain starts to analyze something, then you're not feeling. So I recommend that you go back and then pretend that, whether, I think it's your expectation that source is going to be this bright light. It actually is not. It's more a consciousness, you know? And so it's probably a little bit of your projection. And so just go back and redo it and allow whatever happens, happens. And if it is a light, then stay, okay, how does the light feel? How does the light feel? How does the light feel? Feel. Make sense? We only have a few minutes, so when we're done, I'm going to go to the table. If you guys have more questions, you can find me there, and you'll find me there also the rest of the afternoon, on and off. I only have 5 minutes, so I'll see you there. Oh, and also we'll have a computer there, so if you want to leave your email, then I will send you this meditation. Anybody else? We still have 5 minutes. Do I have a table number? No. It's just mine. I have table 25? I have no idea. Okay. Just find me on the mezzanine level. Go ahead. Okay, more questions?
I had a connection with aliens, and I could see how...
Marjan, I think people may be going to the table. And for credit cards, see if you, I have to give you the password. Okay. All right, go ahead.
I had connection with aliens,
You guys, there's more questions.
and I could see how they make surgery on me.
There's more questions. Quiet, please. Yeah. Go ahead.
I had connection with aliens, and I could see how they make surgery on me, what is happening.
Up there or before?
Before.
Okay.
And how do I know that it's true or it's dream?
For this one is a different, slightly different method. I do regression, so it's a regression session. I think I have one on my YouTube channel. See if you go to my YouTube and you see regression session, but that's a little bit different way to find out what really happened. Okay? Anybody else? Go ahead.
So what if, so I've done a lot of different meditations to try and talk to my spirit guides,
Yeah.
meet them, and I don't ever see anything. It's not like I feel more than see anything.
Okay, what did you feel this time?
Well, besides the peace, because it is peaceful, I guess just feeling, I don't know, like I'm exploring and just witty and just flying around.
Okay, so that's what.
But I didn't see much.
Okay, so but do we need to see or feel?
Feel
Let's start with feeling. What did you feel as you were flying?
happy.
And what else?
Curious, like the
How did it feel to be there? How did it feel when you were flying? Free. What else?
happy, peaceful, a lot of things.
Okay.
Again, like just curious, interested in exploring. That's it.
How did the place feel? Source. Neutral.
I guess.
Interesting.
Yeah, like I don't. Yeah, just neutral.
Is it neutral like I've been there before, I know what this is, or?
Kinda. Like there was not much more to know. Like, like
You're
it
back.
just is. It just is. It's
Yeah.
clear.
So like when you go home, do you like question like, oh, it feels this way or this way in home? You just kind of like you're used to going home, right?
Yeah.
Is it that sort of feeling? Like you're neutral, you're home, like matter of fact.
Yeah.
Exactly. So I would focus on these feelings again. The familiarity of being source, at source, being there. And just explore more, just redo the meditation, and explore more this feeling of freedom. And just like stay with it. And again, we all go to our head. It's like, oh, I'm just flying. What does that mean? Do I have wings? You know what I mean? Like as soon as you question, you're out of the experience, you see? So try that again. Anybody else?
Yes,
Yes, you already, let's give somebody else a turn. Go ahead.
I used to have trouble meditating,
Mhm.
and I was so excited. I'm like, yes, I'm in it. But then when I got to the heart, I couldn't stop crying. And I couldn't go anywhere else because I just crying. And even until we were done, I was still crying.
Right.
I'm gonna cry right now. So
Good.
I don't know where all this emotion is coming from. Is it a lot of things I need to clear up, or I don't know?
Some people were crying here. What happens is that when you, just by me saying who I really am, these are all frequencies. This is all in your cells already. It's a remembrance of who you are. What you are is perfect, is perfect. And as we're saying these things, you're feeling these energies. So I think maybe, I don't know what other meditation you've done, but this is very different. I'm emanating the frequencies of you, and it's very emotional. Just try it again and take your time. All right? Okay, thanks so much. I'll see you at the table.
I'll see you guys later.
Oh, good. Let me just. Oh, good. Let me, 1 second, let me tell you. Yes. Yeah. Yeah, of course, that's great.
A very quick question.
Yes.
I once took a psychic class with Fleur, and she said, like, my guides are gonna come, and I was able to see, like, the element type, white.
Right.
And at night I went back to my house, and I saw all these little ghosts, and I didn't know how to really deal with that.
Right.